Namaste children, how are you all? And welcome to today's math class. What we discussed in the previous class, that we were discussing the 8th chapter, comparing quantities. In the last class we discussed the applications of percentage, that is converting ratios into percentages, and prices related to selling and buying, that is cost price, selling price, profit, loss, when we get profit, when we get loss, when we get neither profit nor loss, and how to find the profit percentage, and it is how to find loss percentage. And also we studied to find selling price, cost price, when we know the loss percentage and profit percentage. Now based on this concept, we will discuss some of the questions from exercise number 8.3. That is the fifth bit. I buy a TV. I buy a TV means a television for rupees 10,000 and sell it at a profit of 20%. What is the profit? It is 20% profit he got. And I buy means it is buying price. What we call the buying price? It is cost price. So cost price of a TV is given 10,000 rupees and profit percentage is given 20%. How much money do I get for it? What does it mean? It means that indirectly what is the selling price of that TV? How much I should sell it to get a gain of 20%. So what we have to find here, it is the selling price we have to find. So what is given here? For the TV it is given cost price CP is equals to rupees 10,000 rupees and the profit percentage is given percent means it is 20%. What we should find? Selling price. So we have a relation between cost price, profit percentage and selling price. Recollect that relationship. What is the relationship? Selling price is equals to 100 plus profit percent divided by 100 into whole CP. Now you substitute those values in the formula, that is 100 plus profit percentage is how much it is? 20% divided by 100 into 10,000 into cost price is how much it is? Rupees 10,000. Now it is 100 plus 20, it is 120 divided by 100 into 10,000. So 2 zeros and 2 zeros are cancelled. Now multiply 120 with 100. Multiply 12 into 1. Therefore SP is equals to rupees 12 into 1, 12. And keep 3 zeros, 1, 2 and 3. That is 12,000 rupees is the selling price. Therefore, how much money he will get? It means he will get rupees 12,000. Rupees 12,000. So like this we will find the selling price when we know the cost price and profit percentage. Sometimes you may get loss percentage is given. So use the formula selling price is equals to 100 plus profit percent divided by 100 into CP. Sorry, minus 100 plus loss percent. 100 minus loss percent divided by 100 into CP. When the loss percentage is given, substitute and we will find the selling price. Is it clear, children? Right. We will discuss one sum when we get the loss percentage is given, how to find selling price or how to find the cost price. One question we will discuss. Is it clear? Now we will discuss exercise number 8.3, question number 6. Juhi sells a washing machine for rupees 13,500. So Juhi, a lady is there, she sells a washing machine. She sells means selling price for rupees how much? 13,500. She loses 20% in the bargain. So on bargain the customer, so she lost 20% on the price of that washing machine. What was the price at which she bought it? She bought it in the sense what? What is the cost price of that washing machine? What is the cost price of that washing machine? So what we have to find here? cost price. What is given? Selling price is given. SP is equals to rupees 13,500 and loss percentage is given. How much it is? Loss percentage is 20%. What they ask you to find the cost price of the washing machine. So what is the relationship between selling price, loss percentage and cost price? We need to identify. So what is that? It is CP is equals to 100 divided by CP is equals to 100 divided by 100 minus loss percent into SP. CP is equals to 100 divided by 100 minus loss percent into SP. Now substitute those values in the formula. That is CP is equals to 100 divided by 100 minus loss percentage is 20%. That is 100 minus 20 into SP is equals to 13,500. That is equals to 100 divided by 100 minus 20, it is 80 into 13,500. So go for the cancellations. So this is 0 and 0 cancelled. Now it is what it is 4 2s are 8, 4 2s are 8, 10 minus 8 2 and then bring 0 20, 4 5s are 20, 25 we got. Now with the 2 1s are 2, 2 6 are 12, 13 minus 12 it is 1, bring 5 15, 2 7s are 14, 15 minus 14 it is 1, then bring 0 10, 2 5s are 15, so 2 5s are 10. Now we need to multiply this 25 into 675. So multiply 675 with 25. 5 5s are 25, 2 is there carrying, 5 7s are 35 plus 2, 37, 5 6 are 30 plus 3 it is 33. Then with 2 5s are 10, 1 is there, 2 7s are 14 plus 1 15, again 1 is there, 2 6 are 12 plus 1 it is 13. So now how much it is? 5 7 8 6 1. So how much it is this CP here? It is rupees 16,875. 16,875. Therefore, how much? What was the price of which she bought it? So the cost, the buying price of the buying price or the cost price, buying price of washing machine is equals to how much? It is rupees 16,875 rupees is the buying price or the cost price of the washing machine. So read the problem clearly and understand the problem from that question. Try to write the what is given data and what we have to find, that you should identify. Then write the correct formula, substitute and simplify, you will get the result. So this is about the prices related to selling price and cost price. Now we will discuss one more application of percentage, that is simple interest. Now we will discuss the last topic of this chapter, that is the last application of percentage. Where do we use percentage? That is in calculating the what it is interest. See, where do we use this concept? See, for example, we want to have some money as we are in need urgent. So what we will do? We will ask our friends or relatives, or if not, we will go to the bank. So what these people or the bank will say is, so they will give some money, we will borrow some money from them, and they will ask us to pay after a certain period. And for this rate of interest will begin for 5% or 6% after a certain time. So what the amount which we borrowed, the amount which we took from the person or from the bank is known as the principal amount. What is principal? The amount which is borrowed is known as principal. So after some time, certain time period, we have to pay some extra money. Definitely have to pay. Nobody will not accept if I took a loan from the bank 10 lakhs. And after 1 year, if I wanted to pay the amount, if I pay 10,000, he will not accept. So what? He will take some extra money. That extra money is known as what it is? Simple interest or interest. Simple interest or interest. So now here only that interest if you pay, again he will not accept. Interest along with the borrowed amount, that is the principal, if you pay, then the total amount is known as, the total money is known as amount. The total money is known as amount, which includes both the principal as well as interest. That is, amount is equals to principal plus interest. Principal is the amount borrowed and interest is the extra amount. By adding both together, we will get the amount, that is A is equals to P plus I. So how do we find interest? Interest, we have a formula. I is equals to PTR by 100. PTR by 100, where P is the principal, T is the time period, and R is the rate of interest per annum. So I is equals to this interest, P is principal, T is time period, and R is the rate of interest per annum. I is equals to principal into time into rate of interest per annum by 100, or simply I is equals to PTR by 100. So from this formula, this same formula we can also use to find the principal, or to find the time period, or to find the rate of interest. That is, principal P is equals to, by cross multiplication, I into 100 divided by P, we wanted to find it, close it, then what are left over? Time period and rate of interest. Therefore P is equals to I into 100 divided by time period into rate of interest, that is TR. If we want to find T, you close it. T, if you close, then what we have? P and R is there. By cross multiplication, I into 100 divided by PR. Similarly, if you wanted to find rate of interest, close rate of interest, then what we have? PT is there. By cross multiplication, R is equals to I into 100 divided by P into time, that is T. So what are the three formulas which we can get it from the simple interest formula? I is equals to PTR by 100, as P is equals to, principal is equals to I into 100 divided by time and rate of interest. Time period is equals to I into 100 divided by principal into rate of interest. Then R is equals to I into 100 divided by P into T, that is principal and time. So now with this knowledge, we will solve some of the problems related to simple interest. So how to find the simple interest? Sometimes simple interest will be given, principal will be given, time period will be given, and we will ask to find the rate of interest. We'll use this formula. So be thorough with the formulas. Now here we have a problem related to simple interest. Exercise number 8.3, question number 9. Find the amount to be paid. Find the amount means which includes principal as well as interest, to be paid at the end of 3 years in each case. So here the time period is how much? 3 years. After 3 years, how much amount he has to pay? Means first we have to find the interest. So what is it? Is bit A. Principal, it is 12,000 rupees at 12% per annum. This is 12% per annum represents what? Rate of interest. Always rate of interest is calculated per year. PA means per annum. Annum in the sense year, per 1 year. And it is expressed always in the percentages. So 12%, percentage symbol is there, means what it represents? Rate of interest. So here rate of interest R is 12% per annum, and principal P is equals to 12,000 rupees, time T is equals to 3 years. What we have to find? Amount. So to find amount, before we need to find the simple interest. Is it clear, children? The question you understand? Yes. Now write the given data from the question. So what is given in this question? Principal is given, P is equals to rupees 12,000 rupees, and R is equals to rate of interest 12% per annum. Then time T is equals to 3 years. So what we have to find? Amount we have to find. So before finding amount, what is the formula to find amount? A is equals to P plus I, principal amount plus interest. So interest we don't know, principal only we know. So first you find the principal, that is I is equals to PTR by 100. Now substitute all the values. Principal P it is 12,000 into time it is 3 years. Rate of interest is 12% divided by 1000. So 100. So 2 zeros and 2 zeros are cancelled. Now we need to multiply 120 into 3 into 12. So 120, 3 into 3, sorry it is 12 into 3 it is 36, 36 into 120. So 36 into 120 rough work. This is the rough work here we are doing. So 36 into 120 multiply with 12. 12 6 are, how much it is? 12 6 are 72, 7 is there. 12 3 are 36, 36 plus 7 it is 43 and 0. 4,320. So how much it is? 4,320 rupees is the interest. How much it is? 4,320. Now what we have to find? Amount is equals to principal plus interest. Principal it is how much? 12,000 plus interest it is 4,320. Now add these two. How much will get? 12,000 rupees plus 4,320. 0, 0 plus 2 it is 2, 0 plus 3, 3, 2 plus 4, 6 and it is 1. So how much it is? 16,320 rupees. Amount is equals to rupees 16,320 rupees. So how much he has to pay at the end of 3 years? It is 16,320 rupees. So to find the amount, first we need to find the interest. I is equals to PTR by 100, which we got it is 4,320. That is added to the principal 12,000 and we'll get the amount as 16,320. Is it clear, children? Yes, we will discuss one more sum. Now we'll discuss question number 11. If Meena gives an interest of rupees 45. So Meena, a lady, she gave 45 rupees as an interest for 1 year. Time is 1 year. Interest is 45 rupees at 9% per annum. 9% per annum means rate of interest is 9%. What is the sum she has borrowed? So what we call that sum, that money which she borrowed? Yes, it is principal. So what we have to find? Principal amount we have to find. So first write what are the given in the question. It is given. So interest I is equals to rupees 45 and time T is equals to 1 year. Rate of interest R is equals to 9% per annum. What we have to find? Principal P we have to find. So I gave you one formula to find a principal. Write that formula. P is equals to what? I into 100 divided by T into R, that is time and rate of interest. Now substitute in that formula. I is equals to what? 45 rupees into 100 divided by time is equals to 1 year into rate of interest is 9%. Now simplify this. 9 ones are 9, 9 fives are 45. Now 5 into 100 is equals to what it is? 500. So principal is equals to how much it is? 500 rupees. Therefore, how much she borrowed? Therefore, the amount, the money or the sum borrowed by Meena is equals to rupees 500. So how much she bought? She borrowed, she borrowed rupees 500 for interest and she paid 45 rupees for 1 year at 9% per annum. So is it clear, children? So we learn here it is what in the sum to find the principal. So you may have the sums to find time period, or sometimes they ask you to find a rate of interest. I gave you different formulas. Use those formulas for the given situations and find the required things. Is it clear, children? Yes. Yes. So today what we discussed, that is applications of the percentage, that is buying and selling, that is cost price, selling price, profit percentage, loss percentage, and especially mainly today we studied about the simple interest. Simple interest. How to calculate simple interest when we know the time period and the rate of interest and the principal amount. Today we discussed, and overall what we discussed in this chapter, it is comparing quantities. Mainly two things we studied, that is ratio and it is percentage. In ratio we studied how to find ratio, what is ratio, what are equivalent ratios, how to check the given ratios are equivalent ratios or not. Then the percentage, what is percentage, how to find the percentage, what is the symbol to calculate, symbol to represent percentage, and the conversions, that is fractions to percentages, decimals to percentages, percentages to fractions, percentages to what it is decimals we studied, and also we studied conversion of that is ratios to percentages, and increase or decrease as the percent we studied, and also we studied the prices related to selling and buying, that is cost price, selling price, profit, loss, profit percent, loss percentage, and we studied and its applications. And the last but not least, that is the simple interest. We studied how to find the simple interest, what is the formula to calculate the simple interest, and what is the formula to calculate the amount which has to be paid after the given period of, that is time period. And rate of interest is always expressed in the percentages and it is calculated per annum. So this is the whole thing which we studied in this chapter, comparing quantities. Again we will study this comparing quantities in class 8th. What we studied in class 7th, it is continued and it will be there in the class 8. And also one new topic, that is compound interest. This year we studied simple interest. Next year we will study, along with the simple interest, we will study compound interest. Thank you very much. And your homework, it is exercise number 8.3, question number 7, 8 and 10. Question number 7, 8 and 10. Complete the given homework. And thank you very much. We will meet in the next class.